Buffalo, 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 it's the Mafia. Josh Allen's coming. You ready? Steph Diggs is coming. Buffalo, 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 it's the Mafia. Yeah. Buffalo, 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 it's the Mafia. Yeah. Buffalo, 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 it's the Mafia. It's the Buffalo Bills, ayy. It's the Buffalo Bills, ayy. Buffalo, 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 it's the Mafia. Josh Allen, Steph Diggs, Shaq Lawson, who's stopping us? Trey Edmonds, Ed Oliver, Jordan Phillips, who blocking us? I don't see nobody stopping us. Number one, no one on top of us. What they gonna do?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rico back at it again. Welcome to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We got ourselves a fun one today. Obviously, I'm going to be joined by my man Evan. He's going to be jumping in and out of the show as producer. And I got special guests. These are my boys from a couple years back, man. We've stayed in contact these last couple years, man. These are the Tennessee Titans Weekly Podcast. If you guys have not joined and you have not subscribed to their channel, they are entertaining, they're energetic, and they're engaging. If you are not tuned in to Tennessee Titans Weekly, you guys got to tune in. My man Jacques and Hawk, they already know what it is, man. I appreciate them coming through. But before we bring them on, man, I got to give a big shout out. Federico, I like that. I got to give a big shout out to the Bing squad. Bing, biggity, bing. You guys are holding it down always. I appreciate you, man. We had excellent showings. I got to bring my chair down a little bit. We had excellent showings last week for all shows. We hit over 10,000 views on our post-game show. And then I had a show on Friday with my man Zeba. We're at almost 7,000. Fam, you guys are coming in droves. Just like you travel, you come and show love on the pod. So much appreciated. And listen, man, we here now. We here now. We got 1-0. We got a game under our belt. We're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? We're on the redemption tour. We're on the revenge tour, folks. We're on the revenge tour. You guys already know what that is. We gotta pay back some people. We got to. And right now, the first on the list for the revenge tour are the Titans. We already know what happened with the Titans. We got let's cut things short. And we're gonna cut things short right now because we just found ourselves and got ourselves a new member to the Bing squad. Bing, biggity, bing to my man Andrew Boudreau. What's happening, Andrew? Welcome to the Bing squad. Let's go. So, folks, it's gonna be a fun one tonight. It's gonna be a fun one, but we've got to get on this train of paying back people, right? Or what do they say? Revenge is always the dish served cold. Well, we're going to serve that shit extra cold to these Tennessee Titans. We've got to, because the last few years, man, you know what I'm saying? They've had our number. They've had our number. Now, everyone and their mama knows the first game was it was just all over. It was COVID and all that stuff. So it was a toss up. You know what I mean? And then it's a slip and a blow up from our line, and then we lose that game. So they always play as tough, and it's going to be a tough one once again. But something tells me we might have an edge on this game, and we'll talk about it. I've got people to join me, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into that revenge tour that we're on against the Titans, right? So let's jump around the league. I hope you guys had a good fantasy week. I can't say anything for myself. I don't know. I've heard some people have some awful weeks, and my prayers are out to you guys. Some injuries have happened. I have a guy in my league right now that lost Robinson. You know what I'm saying? The rookie running back for the Commanders. And then he just lost another running back in Elijah Mitchell. So he's out. He's got some down, right? Look, my team. My team put up 118 points, and that's not going to cut it in my league. That's for damn sure. Joe Burrow underperformed. You already know what it is. McCaffrey underperformed. Josh Jacobs underperformed. So did the freaking Raiders. Allen Robinson was a no-show. Adam Thielen just gave all his opportunities to freaking Justin Jefferson, for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? Darren Waller was okay. I need more from him. Isaiah McKenzie obviously gave us a touchdown, but I want a little bit more from McKenzie, but that was the game plan, right? Tyler Bass, automatic, especially watching all these kickers just poo-poo the bed. The Colts defense was okay. I expected them to just really handle business against the freaking Houston Texans, but they let the Texans hang around. I don't know what the heck happened there. And I had freaking receiver from the Colts, the rookie, Alec. What the heck, man? I thought you were supposed to do big things, man. What the heck's going on? Anyway, Zach Moss on the bench gave me 7 points. Michael Carter outperforms outperforms Brees Hall. What the F is happening, man? It made me happy in a way because I don't want Brees Hall to succeed because then I'm just going to be upset if he does. So we can't have that. Scott Blake says, yo, told you, Rico, all Bills players in fantasy, you should have did it. Yeah, man, I should have. And then Irv Smith gave me nothing. So that, but I'm holding on to Irv Smith just in case I got to, move some things around. But anyway, fantasy was a dud. I hope you guys had a good fantasy week. But anyway, let's go around the league. And when we do go around the league, I'm going to bring my guest in. I'm going to first of all bring my man, Evan. Evan's my dude. Evan, what's the word? Talk to me.
The word is my fantasy team as of right now is doing a little bit better than yours. You mentioned your fantasy team, and it was a sigh of relief. I'm in like 2/3 sort of money leagues, and
nice.
I went 2 for 2 this week. I don't know how my salary cap league went. That's a league with like 100 people in it. And you just kind of pick your team, and it's for the entire season, and points just add up as they go. Okay. I think I did pretty solid in that one, but Carson Wentz, saved my behind this week, giving me 31 points. Wentz. It's a dynasty league. I overtook a dynasty league this year, and he did well. And I also had Gabe Davis and AJ Brown, who did really well for me.
Listen, good call, GM. Because my team, I thought I was going to shake things up by not going with Josh Allen, because I was going to go Josh Allen #1 pick, but I was like, you know what? I got the 3rd pick. Snake League, it's going to come back to me. It never came back. And one of the guys that just knows I'm a big Bills fan was like, you know what? F you. I'm taking him. I was like, you son of a beast. So Josh Allen would have had me win the game. But anyway.
So before we get into around the league, my one league that I'm in, my other league, I snagged Allen with the first pick around 4. So I got DeAndre Swift, Javonte Williams, and Jamar Chase. And then I went back with Allen, and then I snuck up with George Kittle, Chris Godwin, and DeAndre Hopkins.
What kind of joke league are you in? Allowing you to get all those guys. What the heck?
Dude, DeAndre Swift's a beast. Javonte's a beast when he's not fumbling on the goal line. Josh is going to do Josh things. And then, I got some solid depth. I also got Irv Smith, so I feel that zero donut that you got. But, yeah.
It is what it is.
Other than that, I'm rocking.
Yeah, I like that. My man Jim Grant says, yo, I'm down $200. My partner is a Titans fan. We bet $100 each every year, and I want my money back. You ain't get your money back, Jimmy. Your money's gone, Jimmy. It's gone, my guy. But anyway, folks, let me introduce to you. I don't want to listen. Without further ado, let me bring in my man Jacques and my man Hawk. What it do, fellas?
What's good? What's
Rico.
happening?
Jacques, you didn't give it to me yet. I'm waiting for it.
Okay. Hey, welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques.
Oh,
what's up, Rico?
What's good, man?
Rico,
I need to hear that. Yeah. I need to hear that. Every time you come on, I need to hear that. The energy is always wow with you guys. Welcome to the Buffalo Fanatics. You guys have been here before. It's nothing new. You guys know exactly what it is. Folks, we're going to get right into it, man. Around the league, and I might throw a little bit of a little twist on what we're going to do here, but what team stood out to you? And Evan, I'm going to start with you. You give me a team that really stood out to you in a good way, and or in a bad way, whatever. If you want to go double bad, you can. But one good, one bad that stood out to you around the league. Week 1 is in the books. What stood out to you? Who stood out to you? Tell me why.
One team that looked just bad to me and threw me off my rocker a little bit was the Cincinnati Bengals. I didn't expect the Bengals to come out and just have the first half that they did. Don't get me wrong, the Bengals did not play many of their starters throughout the preseason, and when you don't play a lot of your starters throughout the preseason, there is going to be mishaps in the first half of your first regular season game. But for Joe Burrow to throw 4 interceptions, what is that? Like that is just something that you just cannot have, especially being the defending AFC champions. And you got to credit the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. They really stepped up. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense, Minka Fitzpatrick, he was making plays left and right for the Steelers. And TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, all their big playmakers stepped up and really made the Bengals just look like a shell of themselves. Made them look like the 2019 Cincinnati Bengals, to be honest.
Listen, man, nothing you said was inaccurate. It was pretty bang on because they really did. They did a number on me, especially with freaking Joe Burrow, just not himself. But you know what? It's week 1. It's a long season. Things are going to go up and down for a lot of teams. I'm hoping it doesn't happen to the Bills, but we'll keep it that way. Jacques, talk to me, man. Good, bad. What stood out for you?
So,
what do you got?
So the good that surprised me, and I'm gonna go opposite, is the Steelers. to lose Ben Roethlisberger and you thinking you're going to count this team out defensively, they're still the same. They've been the same since the damn 90s. So for them to come in and take care of business against the Cincinnati Bengals was amazing. And I'm like you, Rico. I got Joe Burrow on my fantasy team, and he killed me. He killed me. 4 interceptions, we can't do that. But like you said, Minka Fitzpatrick, TJ Watt doing TJ Watt things, Hayward doing Hayward things. I mean, defensively, they did their thing. And I think the Bengals didn't really take them serious. And in their mind, we Super Bowl. We went to the Super Bowl, won the AFC Championship last year. Still can't underestimate. I know it's week 1. Can't overreact, but that's an AFC opponent, man. That's a divisional opponent that you can't lose to, especially if you're going to be the top tier in doing your thing with the heavyweights like y'all and the Chiefs. So for me, the Steelers, man, it's the good.
I like it. So what's the bad?
The Colts in our division, in the AFC South, the AFC, the every year. The media tells them and they deem them the crown of the AFC champions. They're going to win the division. They're going to win the division. And each year, the Titans prove them wrong. Well, first of all, they went and got Matt Ryan. I think this is the 5th quarterback. They done got him, 4 or 5 years. All right. You thinking you're going to get something out of Matt Ryan like he had the Super Bowl year? No. The receivers that they got Michael Pittman Jr. Their offense is Jonathan Taylor. So if you guys do play them this year, stop Jonathan Taylor, you stop the offense, right? Defensively, they're still the same defense, but to let the Houston Texans, who are building, but they're not good, to let them hang around and do what they did. Matter of fact, I think Houston had a 20-3 lead over them, and they kind of let them hang in there. Yep, 20-3. So that's the bad. So
are we underestimating the Texans?
Maybe.
Are they actually good, or was that just a lucky performance for them, and just the Colts just didn't come out to play?
You can't never underestimate them. They like a car, man. They don't die. They beat us last year.
They don't die. They'll survive.
They'll survive. So no, you can't underestimate them. You can't underestimate.
You ain't lying, man.
Yep.
Listen, Hawk, talk to me, man. What is it that stood out to you, man? Get one good game that was like, okay, I see y'all, and then one where you're like, man,
look. Well, think about having a receiver at 184 yards receiving, right? 20 yards a catch, right? Like, golly, who is this guy, right? Who had him on fantasy football? Justin Jefferson, right? Unreal. Justin Jefferson and the Minnesota Vikings, I was really shocked, and I ended up watching the game. I was really shocked on how Green Bay's defense looked. It was putrid. It was awful. I was like, is that Kirk Cousins or is that Joe Montana? I was just shocked, of how well Minnesota played on offense. Then, Dalvin Cook, he wears number 4 now, changed his number. He did really well as well, too. I was really shocked of how much because Green Bay statistically has had a good defense over the last several years. Yep. But I'm telling you, they looked really good. Shout out to the Titan fans in the chat, by the way, too. I see y'all. Tighten up, by the way. Tighten up. But the Bills fans as well, too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we appreciate y'all being on here as well. But I was really, really shocked of how well they played and the fact that Green Bay did not have Jair Alexander on Justin Jefferson. I was shocked. I was like, what are you doing? And Justin Jefferson was moving all over the field. So it wasn't like he was at
one place,
the left side of the field the whole game, right? He was moving around. So for some reason, I'm not sure why that happened, but Justin Jefferson was doing the gritty, like every other play. He's just doing this the whole time. I was like, I see you, Justin. I see you, bro. I see you. So yeah, man. Tighten up, man. Tighten up.
Tighten up, man. Well, listen, I'm gonna sit here, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. Philly looked absolutely freaking solid, right? They started off slow. Don't get me wrong. They started off slow, but like Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Miles Sanders, the defense is a little. They're ready to rock out right now. Defense is looking good. Philly might be surprising some teams in the NFC East, man. The NFC altogether, Philly is going to be coming up on you guys. And I'm telling you, man, that defensive front with Fletcher Cox and that big boy, what is it, Jordan
Davis.
Jordan Davis, my goodness, that's a problem. That is a big problem. And you hate to see it, but I'm gonna have to bring it up. And I love to see this team falter. It's the Dallas Cowboys. I'm looking like Stephen A. Smith right now. Y'all heard? Listen, man, Dallas Cowboys look absolutely trash. Dak Prescott, he's a top 10 quarterback, but he looked freaking awful in that game. He couldn't get anything started. Zeke, I don't know what's going on with Zeke. I don't know what's going on with freaking the offensive coordinator. Like, I like him. He's a good coordinator, but just couldn't put anything together. My goodness. And they get blown out. Absolutely no rhythm. And now you're going to put in freaking Cooper Rush or Ben DiNucci? Something's got to give. They better find somebody to be the quarterback out there, because right now Dallas Cowboys is looking, and stop putting them on primetime TV. I'm sick and tired.
I agree with that.
Cowboys get primetime TV and they're Bush League. Enough. I'd rather see the Tennessee Titans up on freaking primetime rather than the damn Dallas Cowboys. So after Dallas Cowboys, and we'll go from there. Now, this is for me and Evan. Evan, how lovely was it to see Brian Dable, and I'm not putting salt over my two cats on the bottom, but how good was it to see former Buffalo Bill OC get his first victory against the Titans yesterday? I thought that was freaking great. What are your thoughts on that, man?
It's awesome. Obviously, me being from Western New York, Brian Dable is a Western New York native as well. Plus, he was, the Bills' offensive coordinator for, 3+ seasons. So it was outstanding to see him not only, get his first win, but get his first win in the fashion that he did. I know you guys don't want to hear this, but just the balls, just to call that 2-point conversion, being down by 1 that late in the game, trusting your players, feeling the vibe of the room, really just being like, hey, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for the players. I trust my playmakers. I know what you guys can do on the field. I'm going to put the ball in my best playmaker's hands, and that is Saquon Barkley. And he did so. And I actually have a hot take. If the Giants keep up the pace that they're at, Saquon Barkley will be in the MVP discussion throughout the rest of the season. Because if you look at the Giants' schedule, I'm trying to remember the games offhand, but look at the Giants' first 4 games. They're all winnable. They can start 4-0. They can easily make the playoffs in a weak NFC. It wouldn't be surprising if they make the playoffs. And guess who's going to be the guy getting them to the playoffs? Not Daniel Jones. It's going to be number 26 from Penn State, Saquon Barkley. And if we see that Saquon Barkley that we saw on Sunday a few more times throughout the rest of the regular season, I'm just saying, like, it can be kind of like a 2012 reminiscent season of Adrian Peterson, like, coming off that injury. Like, is it that bad to say? I don't know.
Well, I have a moment to share. I mean, the Titans won't like it, but we're going to talk about that game, and then we're going to get into the Bills game. But I do have something to share that is pretty cool. So I'm going to share my screen here. Just a quick clip. I thought it was really, really cool to see former Bills coach get a little something. Check this out.
He missed it to the left, and the Giants leave a season first time in 6 years with a win. 21-20. Bullock's kick wide left, and the Giants get the win.
Oh, congratulations.
Look how pumped he is.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop.
I was at the game. I know. So you just rubbing it in, Rico. You just rubbing it in. You liking it?
So
I'm gonna just right there.
Can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
All right. So the Giants, let's not get it twisted. Now, again, they beat us flat out. I don't have any excuses for that. Right? We lose. I'm not gonna sit there. We should have done this. Blah 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 blah. Or whatever. Right? Let me give y'all one shout out to Josh Allen, and Jacques knows where I'm going with this. Josh Allen played in the preseason. Patrick Mahomes played in the preseason. Our whole team didn't play in the preseason like our starters. They didn't. We had third stringers out there for the majority of the preseason. So, yes, they got one on us. Cool.
How come?
But this was our preseason game. So, hey, Saquon ran wild. I was really shocked because we have a great run defense. Not a great run defense. But, they caught us. They caught us lacking, as they say. And so I don't think the Giants, their defense isn't really good. I'd be shocked if they're 3-0 and Saquon being an MVP candidate. I would grow hair if that happens. I literally would grow an afro right now.
It's a hot take for a reason.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, I got
that's a real hot take.
It's a hot take for a reason.
His mic is on fire right now, Evan. Your mic is just blazing.
So the comments, I'm not getting in love with it, but that's the point of the hot take.
Evan, quit. Just stop it, Evan. But anyways, I had to bring that up because I wanted to show Brian Dable love. Because Dable's people, he was loved by the players. They loved him. They had all the love for Brian Dable, and you can kind of see that he's putting some things together for these guys out there in New Jersey. I ain't gonna say New York, in New Jersey. But shout out to them, man. But we're gonna get into that. Evan, I'm gonna bring you in a little afterwards, Evan. And we talk about the 5 takeaways. I'm gonna just chat with my boys for a little bit. So Evan, I'll catch you in a bit.
Yes,
so
sir, Evan.
Big game coming up, and I gotta say, man, it's not the same. It's not the same because I would say, like, would you guys say you guys improved or you guys got worse? I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on your team right now as compared to last year.
Look at our Titan fans in the
Shout out to the Titans.
Shout
fans.
out to them Titan fans. C-Dog, what's Latoya P? What's good? What's up, man? Go ahead, Josh.
Hawk, I'm
Talk
gonna
to
let
me.
you take that first. Go ahead, Hawk.
So have we improved?
Mm-hmm.
No, we have not. No. You know, we have a lot of rookies on the field. Okay. And we would, again, people don't realize who was the number 1 seed in the AFC last year. We were. Why is that never talked about, right? We had a 12-5 season last year. We beat the Rams, the Chiefs. Oh, the Bills for the 3rd time in a row, right? So, you know, right now, you know, when you look at our roster, you know, we have a lot of newer players on our team. I think we're in the midst of being a playoff team, but rebuilding at the same time, right? So I think right now, you know, we don't have AJ Brown. I mean, that's a huge loss for us. And, you know, we have mixed emotions about it, but I would say that, you know, he sort of talked himself out of town, but at the same time, you know, we need him. We need a player like an AJ Brown, you know what I'm saying, to have a bona fide receiver that you can count on, okay? So I don't think we're as good as we were last year, but I still think we're a playoff team. You know, it's the first game of the season. People are going to panic. And I'm going to take Buffalo fans. I ordered some buffalo wings from Buffalo right here, and I'm eating with ranch dressing, by the way. So I'm going to say this is good, by the way. Y'all see it, right? So anytime Rico says something that's far out, I'm going to take a bite of this chicken. So I'm sure by the end of the show, I will have nothing but a bone on here, man. But that's just my take on it, bro.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Hey, bro, you a fool.
You got some ranch on that.
Yeah, some ranch. Not no blue cheese, man. We won't eat blue cheese in the South, man.
Well,
I gotta agree. I gotta agree with my co-host, man. We didn't get better. Now, I will say this: I'm more excited about our future. We do have a young man that's sitting on the bench that we don't know when he's gonna get to start, but his ceiling is you guys as quarterback. I call him Malik Willis, Josh Allen. If you paid attention to what we did in the preseason, the kid is dynamic. So I think right now I'm on coast, and I'm like, okay, I can kind of accept us doing what we did. I don't like the fact that we traded AJ Brown. I think we should have paid him, of course. He's our number 1 receiver. Matter of fact, he might be the best receiver that's come through the Tennessee period, right? So just in that aspect, no. And then we have a problem with play calling as well. We'll get into that in a minute.
Yes.
But in that sense, no, we didn't get better. I mean, but our future looks bright. Let me say that we got a lot of good, mature, young cats that you guys are going to see on Monday that you might not probably never heard of, especially if you're not in the South. A bunch of them from SEC. Just look out for our future, man. Our future's looking bright. But right now, nah, we didn't get better, man.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I like the honesty, and that's why we're gonna talk about some things right now. And I'm glad that you guys are here to share this with me, right? And we got the rematch storylines, man. I mean, everyone and their mama knows that game was tight right to the end. Last game, it was where pins and needles is make the stop and you win. We cross that goal line and it's ours. And we win that game. We're not talking about the Titans being the number 1 seed. We're talking about the Bills being number 1 seed. Just saying. Now, is there something on the Bills where, I mean, obviously Josh Allen worries you, but like if you want to talk about certain things that worry you looking at this year's Bills, because we've definitely improved. And I asked that question to see if you guys feel confident in your team. And right now, confidence, I'm not saying that you guys have lacked confidence, but it's not as strong as it was last year because y'all were bumping gums, man. I'm surprised your gums weren't bleeding. How much you were bumping them,
and we were right on every point we made. We were correct on every single point we made. We were correct on every point last year.
Anyways, so as we get into this year, because it's a what have you done for me lately? And right now, lately, y'all just lost to the damn Giants, right? And we just beat the Super Bowl freaking champs and the Rams. So looking at our Bills team, and I don't know how versed you are with what you know about them, what scares you this year? All right, does this feel like a different team to you guys that you guys are gonna be facing soon?
You want to take it? I'll take it. Yes, I will say that. Yes, and let me say this: if you guys slip off, is weird, but yes, you guys have improved. You guys have improved on the defensive line, right? You got Von Miller, which was a great pickup. You got Greg, of course, the rookie from last year, Greg Rousseau from Miami. You know what I mean? You got Daquan Jones, who's an ex-Titan. We know Daquan. Trust me, we know him. You guys got some hog mollies in the middle that it puts some pressure on our offensive line. And you guys took Roger Saffold. So
I was about to say, don't forget Roger Saffold. We took a question.
And Quincy, yeah. So it's almost like, hey, Buffalo Fanatics and Bills, you guys need to thank us. We be giving you some talent over there, right? So I feel like you guys have upgraded in the trenches, and that's how you win and progress to ultimately a Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
And so with that being said, what fears me is our edge. We have our rookie right tackle, Nicholas Petit-Ferrer, that we starting on Monday. And he has to see Von Miller. Yeah, he has to, he has to see Von Miller, right? He didn't really see too much pressure or really from the Giants. I mean, the Giants, I think, only had one sack. And I think that was at garbage time or what? Yeah, I mean, so what that says is your defense has gotten better. On the offensive side of the ball, we know Gabriel Davis, man. He's starting to become that second option that is really giving Stephon Diggs that relief that he needs. Now you got a catch for Gabriel Davis. So come on. And then you got the running game that you guys talked about earlier, right? It's not Saquon Barkley, but I feel like you guys have improved with the run game and how you did. Now, you did have turnovers with Cook. Now, I know he's a rookie, but he did fumble the ball. But you guys have improved, and it's a different team that we're going to see Monday versus what we've seen like last year. And like you said, last year we were bumping. We were smacking, and we can back it up. But this year we know what we got. So that's me. What about you?
Yeah. Well, Jacques, I mean, I think for the most part, the players you spoke on is pretty much on point. I was going to bring up those guys as well, Gabriel Davis. And, of course, Von Miller. Because, see, to me, honestly, and we talked about it on the show last year, two things. You guys can't run the ball. And it's been the last 3 years. That's the reason we won, because you can't run. And secondly, pass rush was not there at all. Now you do have number 40 on the field. Yeah, number 40 is on the field. So that's a different dynamic. But I'm going to tell you this too, man. I've been kind of interested in your corners, your young corners. They played pretty well last week, man. And, I know Tre'Davious White is not out there right now. I know he's still out. But the young guys, really stepped up versus the Rams. The Rams really, had a really good first half. And in the second half, they got shut down. The Buffalo corners. And so, the argument has always been who has the best duo of safeties, right, between us and the Bills. Okay. And that is a great argument. It really is. But, again, you guys still have the same team, but you guys have had Gabriel Davis to improve. You got younger corners that are getting better, and you got Von Miller. So I think that's the difference. And on the flip side of it, y'all got our offensive guard, Roger Saffold. Derrick Henry wasn't running 200 yards in games and things like that without having Saffold out there, right? Saffold came from us, right? He held Aaron Donald down. He was doing Aaron Donald like this. I'm like, damn, Saffold. So there are some differences this year than in years past, but you guys still can be beat.
Oh, yes.
For sure.
Oh, yes.
We'll get into that, too.
I hope y'all don't think y'all going 17-0. I hope y'all don't think that. But in Buffalo, man, y'all think y'all probably are.
Listen, hit that like button, folks.
First of all, listen to what these folks are saying right now. Y'all need to hit that like button real quick. I mean, I didn't want to disturb what you guys were saying, because everything you guys are saying was on point. So you don't need to pick up a piece of that chicken and take a bite of that ranch, because everything was said was on point. And I'm gonna jump in a little bit on talking about the additions that we've added to this team to combat teams like yours. Because if you see the way we built this team this year was through the trenches, right? We lacked it. We lacked it both in the pass rush, and we lacked it both in pushing the trench a little bit in the run game. Not until late in the season. Now, let's go back to the additions. Daquan Jones, what an addition he's been. And I'll tell you right now, everybody talking about Tim Settle being a very key piece, and he is a key piece, but Daquan Jones is solid. He was solid for y'all.
Yep.
And now we saw what he was able to do to neutralize the interior of the line. So we brought him on, and he's stout, solid. Roger Saffold brings veteran leadership. That's the thing that is key. Veteran leadership. Everybody calm down. I've seen this before. And this is what's lovely about having guys that are in the league a long time. They see formations, they see tendencies, and they see the, hey, by the way, this is what I see. So you got him and Mitch Morse putting those two minds together with some young guys on the squad. Lovely to see. Now, what concerns me about your team is Derrick Henry. And he was still able to bust some decent gains against the Giants. And the Giants have a decent defense. Nothing like the Bills, but they have a decent defense. So it's still going to be a problem to try to neutralize Derrick Henry. There's no question about it. Now, is Derrick Henry the same RB that he once was? That broken foot or the bones that he cracked in his foot, I'm sure it's healthy, but is he now the same player? You always wonder about that. But he looked good to me last game, so it's always going to be that. But you guys have a receiver over there, Phillips, that's getting some love. And Not that it's going to it challenges us at all, because I mean we just went up against Cooper Kupp and Allen Robinson, and Allen Robinson was non-existent, right? And people thought that Allen Robinson was going to light us up because we're going to bracket over on Cooper Kupp and so on and so forth. And that wasn't the case. We do have young corners in Kyer Elam and Christian Benford that did have some time to play. And then to button things up, we have Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde on the back end, just like you guys have Byard. Byard is a baller, right? But the two guys, and it's always going to be about the trenches, because we're going to be challenged. Simmons, problem. And
Problem.
you guys have what this Swain character. I think his name is Weaver. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, Weaver's
a problem. Weaver's a problem. So I see what you guys do. You guys have, although you guys have lost some players, but you guys still fortified your line where you guys are still can be problematic. You guys should have won that game. Should have. But you let it slip between your fingers. Still great coaching. Vrabel, I'm always going to respect Vrabel. Vrabel is an excellent coach. However, your offensive coordinator, boy, oh boy, I was watching that game, and I was like, why'd they do that? Why'd they do that? But at the end of the day, the last drive, he still had your quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, march your team up and give yourselves a chance to win. He still gave him that shot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should have won that one. But the OC, I was looking at the polls. I was looking at how are Titans fans feeling about this game and how they lost. 78% of the polls said it was the OC's fault.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Facts, no paper.
Oh, go ahead. You know how I feel about that. Go ahead, Hawk.
Go ahead, Jacques. That's you, bro. That's your boy right there.
Let me say this. We got a running joke on our show. And Hawk does this. It was last year. Let me say this. Real quick story. Last year, Tannehill had a problem with throwing interceptions, right? But the year prior to that, he was pretty decent. Okay, that's the year we kind of smacked up on y'all in the Josh Norman debacle, right?
Yeah. He's still in space right now.
Yeah, he's still going.
So when we hired Todd Down, and he was a Raiders guy, right? He got fired from the Raiders. So you're thinking, okay, give him some time. But I start seeing trends. I start seeing things. The offense, everything is cookie cutter. It's no creative plays. He tried to get cute Sunday, as they say, right? Doing the end around the cheek, right. And it was 3rd and 1. And I'm a Titan season ticket holder, guys. And if I'm at the game and Titans fans can call out the plays and what we're going to do, if we're calling it, you're predictable. Just imagine a trained, well-smart NFL defensive lineman or defensive player can see that. And the Giants did a pretty good job. You can tell they did film study. They said, oh, no, their tendencies do this. I blame that on our OC. But there's a caveat to this, right? Okay. We brought in Tim Kelly. So I don't know if anybody knows who Tim Kelly is. He was the OC for the Houston last year. He was the one that kind of helped develop Deshaun Watson and everything like that. He had David Mills looking pretty decent last year, right? He's sitting on the bench. Todd Downing got a couple of more games. Ship him out. Boom. Tim Kelly is originally who Vrabel wanted, but Houston blocked him from getting him. So Vrabel said, let me settle with this guy. But no, man, I've been whining about Todd Downing since last year. And I know some of my fans gave me fits a little bit about it, but hey, it's the OC. He got to go, man. I'm sorry. What about you, Hall?
No, I agree. I totally agree, man. Personnel was a problem. We had Derrick Henry on the field 31 and you don't run them, right? That's idiotic, right? You run a tight end screen to a guy that's a third offensive tackle, right? He wears 87, but he should be wearing 77, and he was short of the first down. So those things don't really pan out. But again, this was a preseason game for us, in my opinion. That's just how I feel like, we just kind of trying to, get our feet wet and things. And we did that. Yes, we lost by 1, but we'll be more ready for Buffalo than what people think. I see comments of 40-0, 45-14.
They do this all the time. I'm telling you guys do this all the time. I'm about to say this. Bills fans, Buffalo Fanatics fans, just be careful. Okay? I'm dead serious, because it's the same concept when y'all played the Jags last year. That was an embarrassing loss, right?
It was definitely.
You guys should. I will say that. You guys should beat us 40-something to 10. But every time we play y'all, you guys know. You get comfortable. You get physical. And I see, what's his name? Space, what is it? 83, 69?
Yeah.
69-0. That's cute. Hey, just be prepared. That's all I got to say.
We were the 1 seed in the AFC last year, folks.
With me, Hawk, and Rico playing.
Yep.
Think about this.
Let me say this though. This
I feel
year,
you, Andrew.
there's a reason that Bills fans feel confident, and it's crazy because I mean you look at Vegas. Vegas is like, oh, the Bills are going to go 17-0 because just looking at the matchups, it's that. But we're playing the Tennessee Titans early. That's number one, right? We're playing them early, so the wounds are somewhat still fresh. You know what I'm saying? So there's that behind this game. We know the history the last few years. We know, especially more specifically last year, how we lost off of a slip. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, a stout defensive front. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
Josh Allen being
Simmons said no, sir.
listen, Josh Allen being 6'5", 240, he doesn't easily go down, actually, ever. You know what I'm saying? You see what he does to people. He puts you in the dirt. Kind of like what my man did to, you know what I'm saying, my DB a couple years back. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're going into a new season. Now, you mentioned your right tackle. Who'd you say his name was?
Nicholas Petit-Frere.
Do you know what Petit-Frere? I'm gonna say it in the English way.
It means? Go ahead.
What that means? It means little brother. I'm gonna tell you something, man. We gonna make the damn Titans our little brother because Nicholas Petit-Frere is gonna be leading the way. He'll be leading the way. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can go down with your ship because we're not playing games this year, man. Nicholas Petit-Frere is gonna he's going to rub off everybody else because Von Miller, Greg Rousseau, this defensive front is the defensive front we've always wanted the last 2 years. We've been trying to build that to something we wanted. I think we officially found the nucleus that is best for this team. And we're so damn deep. We're sitting guys like Shaq Lawson, right? Shaq Lawson can be playing on another team right now. I mean, he has been. He's been all over the place as a starting.
He hasn't done nothing.
As a starting piece, but we're so deep that we can sit him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm very interested to see how that's going to work. Our defensive front versus your offensive front.
Mm-hmm.
Now, secondly, gentlemen, let's talk about Josh Allen. Josh Allen, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if you guys know this, but Josh Allen is on some demon time right now. I don't know what's going on with this man. He is on another level right now. All right. Stephon Diggs, 3rd year with the Bills, is on another level. I'm trying to think back. Byard is a dog. Byard is a dog. There's no question about it. Your corners. I'm trying to think of who your corners are. That's going to be having the tough task of dealing with Diggs, Davis. You know what I'm saying? Crawford, that people are sleeping on. And we didn't even get Dawson Knox going. And I know you guys respect Dawson Knox because, you know what I mean? He went to
Nashville. Yeah, he's from Nashville. Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I feel that this is going to be one of those games where it's a revenge tour. I'm sorry, but we're taking names. You know what I'm saying? We have a list, and the Titans is number 1 on our list right now. And then we're moving on to the damn Dolphins. But before we move to the Dolphins, although you guys are going to give us a fight in the first 2, you mean maybe first quarter, then we turn it on because we're just on and it's nothing to do with y'all. It's more to do with what this team has. Thirdly, you're not happy with what your offensive coordinator is doing. The Bills went up against arguably one of the best offensive minds in the game in Sean McVay, and we neutralized him. I don't have a dog, but when you neuter a dog, do you guys have any dogs?
No.
I do.
By the way.
Or you do when you neuter a dog? Is that you just slipping? Is that what it is?
Well, look at it. I mean, it is, but I mean,
in our comments they said it sound like last year. I told it.
All I'm saying is.
Go ahead.
We pretty much neutralized, you know what I'm saying, Sean McVay, and we didn't allow him to really get going. So Todd Downing to going up against a seasoned defensive mind in Leslie Frazier and Sean McDermott with a revamped defense is going to be a long day for the offense, man. Obviously, we know what we have to do. And being honest, I'm telling jokes aside, we gotta make sure that King Henry we manage him. Because you see how I said manage? Because you can't really stop that man. You manage him. You know what I'm saying? If we manage him, then we'll be just fine. We'll be just fine. I'm not sleeping on Vrabel, but your offensive line, shaky. It's not the same as it was last year. Your offensive coordinator is shaky, and you're going up against a very red-hot team. Now, if you guys come out and you guys handle the Bills, I'll be shocked. But I think we got this. I think we got this. It's revenge, man. And revenge, we got to serve that dish real cold.
Gotcha. Rico, stop.
Yeah, talk to me.
Stop. Red hot. We've played one game. That's true. One. Now, Josh Allen, yes, we know how good he is. Mm-hmm. Jacques knows when you all draft him, that's a hell of a pickup right there. Like Josh Allen is the real deal. I agree. But is Josh Allen going to be Josh Allen, or is he going to be running back, quarterback Josh Allen, right? Just like this last game. He was running a lot. Again, the offense looks the exact same as you all have had all these years, right? Again, the defense is a little bit different. I agree with that. But to beat the Titans, you got to have the threat of the run. And over the last 2 years, all I kept hearing from the show is, you got to watch for the motor. Choo, 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 choo. Choo, choo, choo. What motor? The little engine that could. That's what Devin Singletary means. Just like you talk about Petit Ferrer, right? Devin in Spanish means the little engine that could. Okay.
Yes, my man.
So Josh Allen again had 10 carries. It's like you depend so much on him, and I think that's what hurts Buffalo. Y'all put the whole world on Josh Allen.
Yep.
And he has one bad game. You're done. You're done. So I would expect him to try to do the same thing against us. 98's hungry. If you want to run on Jeffrey Simmons, I dare you, right? Bud Dupree's on the other side. Our defensive front is okay. I'm not worried about the run game. Now, Josh Allen will run, but, it's not so much I'm scared of your offense at all, because I'm not. I just think that you all will have some, great opportunities on defense. But, it's been the same story every year. All the Titan fans in the comment section, same story for 3 years in a row. Yeah. And we come out as the victor. So, with being hot, we've played one game.
I like it. And some of the chat right now is saying, keep that same energy. You know what I'm saying?
We have.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the little engine that could, we're going to find out which storyline holds. we definitely going to find that out. But, you know what I mean? You guys have been always a great sport when you guys come on. I love when you guys come on. It's always great conversation. I know you guys have another show to go hit up. So I hate doing this, but I'm gonna twofold. I'm gonna ask you guys where you feel this game is gonna go. Is this gonna be like a high scoring game where it's a blowout? Is it gonna be a tight game? And I want a score prediction. And it's tough. I hate score predictions myself. You don't have to do it. But for the sake of the preview, it's early in the week. You don't know if things happen. I need a score prediction, fellas. Give me something, man. What do you think?
I hate score predictions. I'm with you on that. I'm gonna be a good sport.
All right, let's talk.
I don't think. Let me say this: the Titans. You're not going to blow out the Titans like everybody think they're going to get blown out. The losses. I think the worst loss we had last year was against Houston, and that was a horrible just interception confetti fest, right? But I feel like we play out tough. We're physical. Remember, we're physical. Y'all took some of our physicality, right? It's going to be a physical game, but I honestly think it's hard to win in Buffalo. And the last time we went to Buffalo, Nick Williams dropped the ball. Y'all probably remember that, right? He got fired the next day. But I don't think it's not going to be easy as y'all think it's going to be, specifically on the defensive side of the ball for us. Yeah, we have our corners. Yeah, whatever. The defensive line was eating early, okay? They were eating early and often, and you still got to account for Jeffrey Simmons. Yeah, y'all seen Aaron Donald. But Saffold has seen, and I get it, both of them, but Jeffrey Simmons is a wild man. And it's like you said, Josh Allen is red hot. The big Jeff Machines is red hot. So you don't discount him. Bud Dupree, Danny, don't discount. And then I ain't going to say secret weapon, but y'all got to account for Kyle Phillips. Look out for him. The kid is smooth. He's real smooth. But my record predictions, man, I'm going to say the Bills going to take it 27-21. I'll say that. Y'all get a touchdown over it. Y'all get y'all revenge, and then we'll see y'all in the playoffs. But go ahead. Go ahead, Al.
27-21. So we're only gonna put 6 more points than Daniel Jones and the Giants.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Hawk, talk to me, baby. Talk to me, Hawk.
Okay. All right. So I gotta stick true to our season schedule show that we had. Okay,
right.
Our prediction that we had, and not say I can't change it because I can change it if I want to. Right, I can change it. It's not a law to change my opinion. Right.
In the words of Stephen A., it's fluid.
Right.
It's fluid.
Exactly. Right. So, right now, with Buffalo, offensively, again, I don't see much changing. I really don't. I know Gabriel Davis has stepped up. Josh Allen's there. Whatever. Yep. I think we're used to Buffalo. It's almost like I wish we were in the same division because it's fun playing Buffalo. It really is, man. I want to jump on the table if the Titans win, by the way. But I don't want to hurt myself either. But I just think overall it's not going to be this blowout that folks are trying to say that it's going to be. The Titans still have a stout defense. We really do. You know what I'm saying? We didn't allow a lot of passing yards. By the way, we had one big play that happened. It was a bomb. But I think yet and still, our defense is still there, and we still have some of the same components on our defense. You can throw it in the middle if you want, because Josh Allen can throw picks now. Let's not act like he don't throw interceptions. He had 2 last week, right? Let's not act like he can't do that, because he can. And so he's due a pick or 2. But I just think, I just gonna be honest. I think the Bills might edge us out on this game. I'm not a person that's gonna say the Titans win every single game, right? There are games that we can lose, and I think it'll be a very close game, like maybe 28 to 27.5.
Is that gonna be that close?
Yes, yeah.
My man Truth to Hearts comes in with a super chat and says, "Hey Rico, ask them, did Josh get any better since last year's meeting? Plus, McDermott is 2-2 against the Titans. So what's this last 3 years keep saying? They're trying to let you know we're 2-2. It's 500. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're about to settle this real quick. But the real question is, have you seen an improvement in Josh Allen since last year? I mean, I know it's been only one game, but the last time, and I'm gonna try to go in depth with this. The last time we faced y'all, right?
Yeah.
Until you saw him mature and progress all year round until they hit the playoffs in week 1. So have you guys seen the same Josh? He's just a beast. Has he gotten better? He's still the same. How y'all feel about him so far?
Well, I don't think he's gotten any better. I think what's happened is Gabriel Davis has woke up. Dawson Knox has woke up. Those guys are trying to understand the offense. And I think that's what's happened. Josh Allen's been the same guy since last year. Now, prior to that, yes, I've seen him improve, but I think he's still, I think he's still that same guy, but people have just woke up. And so, I think if it's one thing he's improved on, in my opinion, he's a little more cocky. And I kind of like that too. Like he'll run over people and talk trash. I see that more from his game. That means he's getting more comfortable. But I think he's the same. So this man's dressing on his buffalo wings are good, by the way. So screw blue cheese, man. Screw blue cheese.
So go ahead, Rico.
Go ahead.
So no, I gotta mimic that. He's the same, and Hawk know how I feel about Josh Allen when he was coming out of college, and I've seen him improve. Like he had to grow on me. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I probably felt like how y'all felt. Like, okay, y'all not using him right. Let him do him. Let him be him. Let him be him. And I see him being him a little bit comfortable. You can tell he's this is 4th, 5th year? Fifth year in the league. Fifth year. Yeah. He looks like a 5th-year quarterback that's gotten it and he's getting it. And like Hawk said, everybody else has woke up around him. Yeah, y'all need to me, I think y'all need a run game to take some of the pressure off of him running. And when that happens, you're good. So I think he's the same Josh Allen. He's good, he's cold, and he's doing his thing, man. So yeah.
I like it. I'll tell you this though. I like the fact that you guys say like it's a cocky Josh Allen. And there's definitely confidence. There's definitely a confidence in him because I mean, if you can sit here and pinpoint, and there's a clip that's going on around, actually a story that's going on that he made an audible. He was like, "Hey, f the play call." Here's what's happening. Where's 99? 99's not there. 99's on the field. Check this out. Diggs, hit Jalen Ramsey and just go deep. I got you. So he's like, I'll buy time. My man made an audible play right on the spot, rolls out and hits Diggs on a 50-yard bomb, right? So there is confidence in him, and I pity the fool that tries to get in the way of his confidence. And if you guys can slow him down in a way, kudos to y'all. But my man is like, he's that engine that doesn't stop. I don't care. It's minus 40 degrees. That dude is still rolling. And that's the type of player Josh Allen is. So I like that. For me, I think you guys are doing this offense a disservice by saying that they only score in the 20s, right? Okay. I feel that we do hang 30 points on y'all. And it's going to be something like 35, 38-ish. You guys will put some points on, some in the end.
Damn.
I respect Tannehill. Tannehill is one of those guys that you don't want to respect him, but at the end of the game, he gives your team an opportunity. Always. Somehow finds a way to keep the team relevant. I just don't think it's going to be tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're going to expose, like this coming up game, I think we're going to expose a little bit more of Tannehill, and I think this is going to be one of those Bills roll to 2-0, Titans, what's going on with Titans, OC, what are we going to do with that offensive coordinator? And it's not going to be our problem because we're moving on to the Dolphins. But anyway, love everything about you guys. I'm going to let y'all be because I know you guys are heading to the other show. Yep. We appreciate you always. Drop where people can find you right now so they know what's good with you.
Yes, you all can check us out. We appreciate your time, Rico, man. Hey, dude, we love being on the show, man. Rico,
man.
Hey, you're one of the great dudes on here on YouTube, man. Hey, if you have not subscribed to his channel, shame on you. Do it now. Hit the like button and everything. But for us, You can also subscribe to our channel, Tennessee Titans Weekly. We're also on Instagram as well at Tennessee Titans Weekly. And we're on TikTok at Tennessee Titans Weekly. And I'm rocking Eddie George because of the Music City Miracle, by the way. So for those that have been fans long enough should know how that hurts. But, hey, that's where we are, man.
Well,
Hey,
there's a song that I love. There's two songs that I love. There's the Tennessee Whiskey song. That's a banger, but there's not gonna be any Tennessee Whiskey playing next show. It's gonna be The Bills Make Me Wanna. You guys are gonna hear that all day long. And you guys are gonna have no, you guys are just gonna have to bounce. You're gonna bounce. Even if you're losing, you're gonna have to bounce to that. But we appreciate y'all, man. Yo, kill that show that you guys are gonna do right now. Tell my man Shakes and say what's up. And we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Hey, salute, Rico. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Rico.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Those are my guys. We've built a nice friendship, a nice friendship over the years, man. Always energetic. They're always bringing. It's always entertaining, and love every bit of it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you guys did enjoy that, smash that like and go give these guys a follow, man. Tennessee Titans Weekly podcast. It's easy. They're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, and they're also on YouTube. Hit them up. Good dudes. Finally, let's get to our chatter. Let me hit this super chat real quick from my man PVC. He says, yo, these dudes knows he's just hold on. Yo, these dudes know he just lost our old OC with a QB not even on the same radar as ours, right? Listen, man, they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn, man. I mean, there's a running joke that me and my boy deceased a deceased boy of mine back in the day. And we used to joke, and he was a ball boy for that at the time, the Renegades CFL team. And one of the linebackers on there was like, Coach, you got to learn them, Coach. You got to learn them. Well, they're going to learn today. They're going to learn today. We're going to learn them. You know what I mean? They're going to learn what it is that we've been harboring the last, you know what I'm saying, several years that we've been going back and forth with these guys. Finally, we got to put it to bed and really give it to them. We need to give it to them. Lay the freaking lumber on these Titans, man. But it not only just for the fact that we can just beat the Titans, because we can, right? But it continues to set the tone. It continues to set the tone for not only the AFC, but it sets the freaking tone for the rest of the league. Take down the freaking Rams, and then we take down the Titans. Like I said, folks, the first 7 games is a gauntlet. We faced the Steelers, we faced the Chiefs, we faced Green Bay. We faced the Ravens. The Dolphins, for crying out loud. This is going to be a very tough 7 games, and we have an opportunity to come out on top. One freaking game at a time, and we did it right up against the Rams. Some people want to talk about the Rams. All the excuses you can make. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? We came in, we knocked their shit around, and we left. We left La La Land. You know what I'm saying? We took a pick. We took a pick where we need to all the popular spots of the Hollywood sign, and we out of here. We out. We back to Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I want to bring my guy Evan on. Ev, come on because we're gonna talk about some things. We gotta talk about some things. We'll talk about how'd you enjoy that, Ev? This is the first time you ever met these guys.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever met those fine gentlemen, and they gave some good insight on the Titans. It was entertaining. I like the fact about how he was saying the little motor that couldn't, with the little engine that couldn't with Devin Singletary. I had my screen off in the back, dude. I was about to roll on the floor. I was like that was hilarious. That was good. That was a little good banter. I
had to hit him with the Pretty Fair because they were like, "What Pretty Fair?" I was like, "No, that's little brother." You know what I'm saying? We're going to make you our little brother this coming. So he had to clap back, and he did. He did a good clap back. I got to give it to him. So, Ev, this is where I want you to come in because this show was about 5 takeaways. I don't want to harp too much on last game, but this is the beginning of the week, and the next time that I'm going to see you guys is going to be on Friday where we do a preview for the Monday Nighter. So that being said, let's talk about the five takeaways that you took away from this past game against the LA Rams. I'll start with this one. This one was puzzling to me, but I'm so glad that this was evident. If you go back and watch the game, folks, just take a stroll back to watch this game. Spencer Brown had an absolutely great game. Spencer Brown was physical. Spencer Brown was in the run game, mauling people. He had some good pass pro. Like, he had a great game. And reason I bring him, I take this away, is that he's in his second year. He's in his second year, man. So, and this is the first game, and he's already looking pretty solid. And we didn't really see much of him in the offseason. He was hurt on an undisclosed injury. We don't know. We still don't know what the heck it was. B, he was always playing with the second team. So we're thinking, my goodness, Questenberry just took his damn job. And here we have it. He starts in LA versus the Rams and did a very good job. So I got to give shout out to my man, Spencer Brown. A takeaway from me was Spencer Brown's ability to, you know what I'm saying, like muster up, man in there, and protect number 17. So shout out to my man, Spencer Brown. That's my one takeaway on this takeaway Tuesday. Talk to me, Evan. What was the takeaway that you had? What was the second takeaway that you said stood out to you?
Yeah, so the second takeaway, but my biggest takeaway from this game was how we utilized Reggie Gilliam in the running game. I think it was very Kyle Shanahan-esque. I just love the way we were motioning Reggie Gilliam in the formations. We weren't just utilizing him like the old style fullback where he's just going to go out there, chip block, run out to the flat, run a wheel route, whatever. Like, we were using Reggie Gilliam upfield and using his athleticism to our advantage. And that's kind of what you see with Kyle Juszczyk in San Francisco. And you know how dynamic the Kyle Shanahan running system is. You just know how dynamic it is. They can take almost any running back and make them look like an RB1. And I'm not saying Singletary, Moss, Cook aren't good running backs. They're great running backs, matter of fact. But when you implement this type of running system already into the system of what we already have with Josh Allen and stuff, man, this can be dangerous. You got the Josh Allen passing attack and the Kyle Shanahan-esque running system. That's only going to make Josh Allen's life easier. And they were mentioning, the Titans guys, how it's all up to Josh Allen. If Josh Allen's not having a good day, the Bills aren't going to have a good day. Well, now we might not have to, rely on Josh Allen as much. There's some games where we can just take, 10 to 15 passes off of Josh's shoulders and go to the running game. And the way we're utilizing our running game this season, with the addition of Aaron Kromer, also, bringing in Roger Saffold, that zone running scheme, but again, that Kyle Shanahan-esque running game is going to be huge for this offense.
That's a great point, man. I'm going to come in and hit this super chat coming in from a man, Chase Manzella. Chase says, Rico, how would you feel if Questenberry started over Bates? I would make this face and go, why? Because although Questenberry is no scrub, he's definitely not a scrub, but Ryan Bates has earned his keep. You know what I'm saying? He's earned his contract. He's earned his keep to stay on the field. It is always a tough task to go up against a guy like Aaron Donald. There is no other Aaron Donald in the league that is as tenacious as he is. So if you're asking for Questenberry to jump in the game over Ryan Bates, I would say not necessary. He's going to be our swing guard, swing tackle. He's played both inside and outside. So one guy goes down, Questenberry comes in, or we just shuffle the line. But there's no need for any shaking up of the line right now. It's good the way it is. Takeaway number 3 for me is Ken Dorsey. Can we give a shout out to Ken Dorsey, man? Ken Dorsey goes into his first game as offensive coordinator, and not only does he outplay and outcoach Raheem Morris on the defensive side, although Raheem Morris made some adjustments, but just not good enough. We put up 17 points in the second half because of the adjustments that Ken Dorsey's made. And the fact that he was able to do that in his first game, and pressure's on, everybody's watching, kudos to him. Like, he got that out the way. Sometimes you got to just get hit, you know what I'm saying? Or if you get in a brawl, you get in a fight and you get punched in the mouth, okay, that's out the way. Let me wipe the blood from my mouth. Okay, let's go. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what happened with Ken Dorsey. He came in, took a shot, you know what I'm saying, and kept it pushing and made some adjustments with his quarterback. And I took away that I don't have to worry about the offensive coordinator. Not that I did when Brian Dable was there. I never did. I mean, the first year I was kind of, I don't know about this guy. Get rid of this guy, until he really started to kind of know what this offense was about, know what Josh Allen was about, and then obviously the rest is history. But what I'm taking away from Ken Dorsey is that fearless, and he got that out of the way, and now I don't worry about my offense coordinator. I don't know if he's going to call the right play call. No, man, he showed us what he's about in that game, and we've got so many more games that he's going to improve and learn how Josh Allen continues to evolve and all that good stuff. So I am ecstatic about Ken Dorsey. I love what he's done so far. I know it's week 1. We got 16 weeks to go, but it looked damn good to us on that Thursday night football. So that's my third takeaway for that. I'm gonna jump in on I know you wanted to jump in there. My other takeaway was Leslie Frazier. Leslie Frazier and Sean McDermott, they really silenced Sean McVay. They silenced him. Like there was no answer for what Leslie Frazier was pushing onto them. And he did it without blitzing. That is the key in this whole situation. Leslie Frazier was able to find a group of linemen that he was able to say, all right, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to split the snaps. I mean, Von Miller himself had what? He played 50% of the game. That's it. 52% of the game. And he was able to muster 2 sacks out of that with 4 pressures. So love what Leslie Frazier was able to do with that defensive front and allow his DBs to do what they do. My goodness. So shout out to Leslie Frazier. I know you guys were giving this guy a hard time with last year's debacle in Kansas City, but here we are. Leslie Frazier put on a freaking clinic with that defense. Shout out to him. Let's go for a freaking year number 2 with number 1 defense, man. Shout out to Leslie Frazier on that. I know you wanted to touch on that, Evan. Talk to me about Leslie Frazier.
Yeah, I wanted to step in on the Leslie Frazier point. And one of the big things that Leslie Frazier did to just kind of combat what Sean McVay had offensively was running a lot of zone. Because what the Rams like to do offensively, it's when it's in zone coverage. Again, your guys aren't going up against one-on-one on man. So, it's going to be a little different offensively for Matt Stafford. And when you have a guy like Cooper Kupp is just one of the most fundamentally sound receivers in the game. He's so smart. He knows how to get into the zone right off the bat. So Stafford's going to know how to get to Cooper Kupp right away. And then if your defense is, getting up on Kupp and taking away that read here and there, going up against a guy like Allen Robinson, who kind of likes to play against man more. He's a better, man receiver than he is zone. You're kind of limiting Robinson there. And then to the fact that the Rams simply just don't really have a receiver 3, 4, 5. And then if you can just, play some solid defense on Higbee and shut down the running game, all that together is just going to really step up defensively and just make Leslie Frazier's job a lot easier just because of the players he has on the defensive side of the ball. So that's just huge. And you got to credit Frazier, man. People are going to still dog on Frazier from last year's performance in the divisional round, but you just got to give him praise, man. He deserves it.
Yep, you're absolutely right with that, man. And I'm going to stop it right there because that's perfect timing to get into our other topic here. And not even talking about our fifth takeaway. Fifth takeaway for me is in twofold, right? The Bills are dialed in. That's what I took from that game. That game, these guys, they know what's at stake. I know it's week 1. Everybody's pumped week 1. But there was just a different vibe about this team. It was a different vibe. And it felt like everyone's on the same page. Everyone is dialed in together, right? Sometimes it's a defense that's dialed in and the offense is catching up, or vice versa. Offense is dialed in and defense is catching up. It's been like that for years with the Bills. It's either one unit is doing okay and the other unit is suffering and then makes our team crap. This take, I feel like we're even on both sides of the ball. We got stars on the defensive side of the ball. We got stars on the offensive side of the ball. And we've got a veteran leader in Sean McDermott that's got everybody just on one page. And I love what I'm seeing thus far. And I hope we take that momentum in week after week and we don't falter and we just continue to show these guys what these freaking Bills are about, because everyone's talking about how different this year is going to be. It felt different against going up against the Rams. Some people might say, well, Super Bowl champs, they always falter the next year. So did we beat a Rams team that is just going to falter and just drop going forward? I mean, you saw what happened at Atlanta. Atlanta goes to the Super Bowl. You don't really hear from Atlanta ever again. You know what I'm saying? That was their
same
chance.
with the Broncos and the Carolina Panthers years ago.
There you go. Panthers, did they come back? Hell no. Broncos, they come back? Hell no. Seattle, you know what I'm saying? So like I could go on to the teams that have gone to the Super Bowl and you think they're going to be good the next year and you don't ever hear from them again. So maybe the Rams are that team. But what I know is that they got a heck of a head coach. They got a heck of a freaking receiver. They have a heck of a defensive line. They got a heck of a corner. So they got some players on that team. It's not like everybody left and then they're not the same team anymore. They are a damn good team. And we made them look like an average-ass team. So I'm loving how they're dialed in And that's my fifth hot take. That's my fifth takeaway from this past game. Shout out to my man Dog26. Comes in with a super chat. It goes, remember Dorsey played the game. He got more dog in him than any of them. Believe me. That's why they said he's a psycho. He called a great game, and that he did. And I'm gonna double up on that. When myself, Evan was there as well, and Zbot, we went out there and we were chatted up with the players right at the Western event, and every player asked, right? Z-Bob was with me. He heard it. We were asking these very questions. Hey, man. Hey, Devin Singletary, how do you feel about Coach freaking Dorsey? Oh, man, don't listen. This guy, he cusses like a sailor. Don't think that he's just looks like a freaking accountant. Boy, he will tear your head off. He's that dude, right? Barkley said the same damn thing. You do not be shocked and do be surprised. This guy is as fire as they come. So this is a perfect compliment to this team to bring in somebody. Could you imagine they brought in a Dick Duran type of offensive coordinator to bring onto this young and fiery team? That would kill the nucleus. You know what I'm saying? Thank goodness we don't got no Dick Durans on this team. So shout out to the whole squad. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. We're gonna go into. Did you want to add on to that? Oh yeah, I got a super chat coming in from my man PVC. He says, "Hey, I'm nitpicking here, but if we're not going to act like OJ Howard didn't score 2 tutties though, what does Sweeney do to take that spot?" Okay, that's good. Ev, you want to jump in on this one, and I can jump in afterwards. So he's pretty much saying, listen,
Yeah.
I'll gloss over OJ Howard scoring two touchdowns for the Texans, and then we kept freaking Sweeney that didn't do dick all. Talk about it.
Here, this is what I'll say. I totally understand where you're coming from. You're sitting back on your couch on a Sunday. You're not watching Bills football because they played Thursday, and you're looking around the league and you're wondering, why are the Houston Texans beating the Indianapolis Colts? And you're watching the highlights. You're looking at your Twitter. You see OJ Howard 1 touchdown. You're like, didn't we just release him? 2 touchdowns. OJ Howard. You're like, man, why the heck is OJ Howard performing well? What did the Bills do? What's going on? The thing is, OJ Howard simply couldn't do that at his time in Buffalo. He couldn't do that in preseason. He couldn't do that in training camp. He simply wasn't separating from defenders. He wasn't creating any separation to begin with. He wasn't, catching contested catches. There was nothing. There was just nothing to look forward to with OJ Howard. And when you're going to contend for a Super Bowl, as the Buffalo Bills are, you can't just take the risk of, hey, our tight end too. What if he does this? You can't. You be dialed in and have what you know, and that is what Tommy Sweeney and Quentin Morris are. We know what we're gonna get with Tommy Sweeney and Quentin Morris. The thing is, you're not going to see those guys on the field too often. Dawson Knox is going to get a big percentage of the snaps. So overall, I get it. It sucks that OJ Howard didn't pan out in Buffalo, but it's time to move on. Like, he just wasn't good here. He simply wasn't good in his time in Buffalo. And if he does very well with the Houston Texans for the season, congratulations to him. He also denied a contract with Yasol, didn't go to the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't get it. He doesn't want to play with Josh Allen. He doesn't want to play with Joe Burrow, but heck, he'll play with Davis Mills. I don't know. That's my take on OJ Howard.
Well, I'll jump in on this too, right? And it's a fair question. It's a fair question from my man PVC, because it's like, okay, guys. So he's able to go to the Texans and put up 2 touchdowns, and we couldn't use that. We couldn't utilize that, and we kept freaking Tommy Sweeney over him. Like, what gives? And I'll tell you what gives. Sometimes you roll the dice, and you lose, right? So the Bills rolled the dice twice. They rolled the dice on bringing him in, and they rolled the dice on letting him go, right? And if he does actually do well, great. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just one of those situations where at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes it happens. Look, we got rid of Wyatt Teller. Wyatt Teller is a freaking all-time guard. The guy's playing out of his mind, and Nick Chubb is looking like a freaking beast. I mean, the run game is absolutely insane out in Cleveland. But the point is, you roll the dice. You roll the freaking dice. And our issue is, at the end of the day, OJ Howard just probably wasn't cutting it. He wasn't cutting it. He wasn't showing what we needed to see. And we're like, yo, we got to make a decision. It's going to be a tough one. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? And wait till Quentin Morris comes back. You know what I'm saying? And that will give us the ability for us to keep moving, because it's not about Tommy Sweeney. I think Tommy Sweeney is going to make the squad regardless. It was going to be between OJ Howard and Quentin Morris. And they liked what Quentin Morris was able to give us. And don't forget, we're a very high-flying type of offense. Quentin Morris is a former receiver that can still get that field, and he's worked on his blocking ability. Wouldn't you take the guy with the young upside over the OJ Howard, the older guy that's got a busted Achilles? If it's a 50-50 toss, I'm taking the guy that I put time into, I put development into him, and now I'm starting to see my return on investment. My ROI is coming back to me. So I'm taking that. You know what I'm saying? And that's my explanation on this OJ Howard. Yes, he did well. He scored 2 touchdowns, but guess what? They probably gave him 10 plays. Here's your 10 plays. Memorize this. When it's your turn, run your route. And if Davis Mills sees you, he sees you. Let's see if you can do that the next week and the week after that. Then talk to me. But anyway, RC3, and that's no hate, by the way. I'm looking like I'm coming off aggressive. I'm really not trying to be. RC3 comes in with a super chat. Appreciate that. RC3 says, just saying, yeah, Miami beat the Pats, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jets finish second in the division and they're all under 500. Hold on. Why would the Jets look like absolute shit? How are they going to finish second in the division? They look like garbage. They couldn't.
He knows something we don't.
Yeah, you must know something we don't, because Joe Flacco is going to be the quarterback for at least 4 weeks, maybe 5. So they could easily go 0-5 in their first 5 games, and you're going to tell me they're going to finish second? There's no absolute way. RC3, I appreciate that super chat. You know what I'm saying? It really do. But the Dolphins are the team that's going to be fighting for number 2, if not number 1. But I just can't have it because the Bills are just that better of a team. But we'll see when we face off each other in 2 more weeks. So that being said, I like that. Now, we need to talk about something. And I got something. And Evan, I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to put you off. I'm going to bring you back in just a little bit. All right, buddy? So I got to talk about something, man. Because when I'm looking at before I'm going to put it up right now. All right? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. All right? We have 3 capable running backs. Yes. Yes, we do. They're not all on the same level. All 3 of them do different things. They do. Last year, the run game wasn't panning out the way we wanted to. We were throwing people in left, right, center to try to find a groove. We couldn't find a groove until we faced Atlanta. And that Atlanta game, motor started to come. He started to really display what he is about. Obviously, we changed the lineup a little bit by putting Ryan Bates in. That made a difference, but we saw more of motor. We could rely on motor. So we move into this year thinking that motor is going to be RB1 for this team. You guys already know how I feel about him overall in the league. He's a damn good back. But for this team, there should be no, I'm not sure. I'm going to give you 6. I'm going to give you 6. No, F that. Enough already. What more does this man have to do to get the lion's share of carries? If last game didn't give you the indication that he's the RB1 of the squad, I don't know what to tell you. And that's on Ken Dorsey. I don't know what Ken Dorsey is trying to do, but let's not be cute anymore, man. Let the guy get the lion's share of the carries. And if these other guys want to earn their way, they're going to have to earn it with the 2 or 3 carries they get. And it was very clear that last game, Devin was the best back on the field. He was the best back on the field. But we sit here giving half the carries to Zach Moss. Not that I'm hating on Zach Moss, because I want Zach Moss to have a good year. But when you saw what he did with the football, running the football, you can clearly see there's 2 classes of running backs. And Devin Singletary is a class above Zach Moss right now. I'm referring to Zach Moss at this point. But then you also have James Cook. James Cook did not take advantage of his opportunity. And guess what? He was sent to the bench. Learn your lesson. Zach Moss fumbles the ball. You know who held onto the ball? Devin Singletary. But he's sitting there with 6 carries. The dude was running for almost 6 yards a pop. What more do you want from this guy? Stop being cute and give him the rock. Give him 12 to 15 carries, and you will see the difference that you get in Devin Singletary. Yes, I know that Zach Moss is a hell of a pass protector. He is. Yes, he is. Yes, he can catch the football out of the backfield. I know. But he's our backup. Let him be our backup. When there's this opportunity to jump in, then do what you need him to do. You want him to pass protect on this? Okay. You want him to freaking go out there and catch a football? Cool. But when it comes to running the freaking football, dating back to last season, at the end of the season to now, let the man have his moment. Let him be RB1 and let him take over. Come on, son. This guy was running, and this is going by someone that has been critical. You guys know me. I keep it a buck. I try to, as best I can, I try to see, okay, here's what's happening. Here's what I see. And I try to give you guys my honest opinion of what I've seen, but this is clear as day. What is it that they need to see? What more do they need to see? I don't get it. Knock it off. Give Devin Singletary the freaking football and let him do what he does. The dude was dragging dudes. He was hitting dudes. He was finishing on people. He was always falling forward and making the right read. Fam, what are we talking about here? Let the man shine. It's time for him to shine, man. Let him make his money. Because right now, if I'm a player and I'm like, yo, I'm the best back in this freaking on this team right now, and y'all are messing with my money. I'm trying to make my money right now, and y'all are messing with that. Quit the bullshit. Give me the rock, and let me show you what I do. It's year 4. You guys already know what happens in contract years. These guys ball. Take advantage of it. Take advantage. Get him in the game and let him do what he does. Golly, man. If you guys are feeling that, smash that like. Put a microphone up in the chat if you feel that this is real talk. Because at the end of the day, this is what it is, man. I should have said that. I'm saying that shit with my chest. Dang. Come on now. Give him the freaking rock and let him shine. Enough is enough. Like, stop with the nonsense, man. I get it. You're trying to figure out, trying to find the right matchup. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, this upcoming game, I can tell Khalil Shakir is probably going to be in the game. He's probably going to be activated, and one of our running backs is going to be deactivated. Question is, who the heck is it going to be? Certainly won't be Motor. And the fact that I know it's not going to be Motor, this is your opportunity to give him the freaking rock. So who will be deactivated? Zach Moss? Or is it going to be James Cook? It's going to be interesting. We'll find out. But the point of this is let the mother effing running back shine. And that is Devin Singletary. He's earned it. He's earned it. He earned it at the end of last year and into the playoffs, and he's earned it now. What are we waiting for? You need him to give you 10 yards a pop? We'll give him the freaking rock and he'll give you 10 yards a pop. The guy has just earned it. So let's stop the bullshit and give him the damn rock. End of rant. Oh, God damn, man. But I don't want to just talk on this on my own. So, Evan, are you in disagreement? Are you in agreement? Or do you like the management of the touches? You get 8, you get 6, you get 3, and keep it going that way.
I always think it's good to have a nice little balance between the running backs you have in your backfield, but there's a sizable gap with production between Devin Singletary and the next running back in the Bills' backfield. Like you mentioned, he was basically averaging 6 yards per carry last game, and it was just noticeable. When the Bills ran the football outside of Josh Allen, you could just tell who was the RB1 in the Buffalo Bills running back room, and that simply was just put Devin Singletary. And I like Moss and I like Cook. I think Cook can be a potential, top 15 running back in this league once he gets his feet wet. But as of right now, like you mentioned, Singletary's in a contract year. Doesn't matter what the position is, maybe except some garbage quarterbacks. But players in their 4th season going for that contract will outplay their set standard level of play, and Absolutely. They will perform. Let Singletary do his thing. Again, is Singletary an elite level running back? No, but he's good enough for what the Bills need to do, and he looks very good when you're giving him opportunities, and I think they need to separate the gap between touches in this running back room. I really think Singletary should be getting 15-plus touches a day or a game, whether that's through the air or through the ground. I don't care. I just want the ball in this guy's hands. It's just always a positive game.
There it is. It's simple. It is very simple. So Ken Dorsey or Ken Dorsey's burner, if you're watching this, or whoever is in Ken Dorsey's camp, grab this clip that bitch, send it to Devin, send it to the whole damn offensive coordinator. The whole team needs to understand and hear this because that is enough. Enough is enough already. I don't know what else you need to see from this brother. Does he need to like speak out? Does he need to be a distraction and say, I want the freaking
He's
football?
quiet. He's a quiet guy.
He is a quiet guy, but don't make it's always the quiet ones, you know what I'm saying, that could F shit up if you piss him off enough. So quit messing and right now, essentially you're messing with this man's money. He's trying to make his money. So it's a win-win situation. Let him get his money, and you guys can utilize him because you guys, everybody wants to say use up the running back. Well, use his ass up. You know what I'm saying? Let him get his money. And if it happens to be that he gets his money from the Bills, even better, right? But come on, fam. Like let's cut the bullshit. Let Devin shine. Anyway, in the words of my man Namdi, let Devin dance. All right? Let him dance. This is dance floor, man. He's cleared the dance floor. He's out-dueled everyone. He's out freaking V-Box. He's out freaking robot everybody. He's out-danced everybody. Let him have the dance floor. Clear the dance floor and let him have it. Let him have his single dance. You feel me? Anyway, I'm out with that. I just want to get my rocks off with this Devin situation. But other than that, guys, that's it. That's the show that I want to get in here. Evan, did you have any closing remarks before I get out of here? Just want to get your point on this upcoming game, A, and B, this closing out this week that just was for week 1 of NFL.
Yeah, I mean, so I should be able to make one more BF appearance before the Titans game, but per se, let's say I don't for some reason. Right. I think this could be an interesting game between the Bills and the Titans. I think, Buffalo going against Tennessee, for the home opener is going to be a very interesting matchup. Obviously, the last couple matchups between the Titans and Bills have went in the Titans' favor. But this is a new Buffalo Bills squad, in my opinion. Josh Allen is a little bit of a different quarterback. I know the Titans guys didn't really agree. They kind of just thought it was the same Josh Allen, but this is a different Josh Allen. He's more surgical. I think his offensive mind is grown. He's like an offensive coordinator on the field. The way he's audibling at the line, just the ability to change plays on the fly. Like Stephon Diggs mentioned, on that 3rd and 4, 50-plus yard pass to Diggs for the touchdown, he saw it. 99 Aaron Donald wasn't on the field. He was like, dude, just run down the field, Stephon. Like, I got this. I'm going to buy some time and do my thing. Like, Josh Allen is literally an offensive coordinator on the field. And you have another smart one in Ken Dorsey, in the booth. So it's going to be awesome to see what the Bills are going to do. It's going to be a tough matchup. You got, some good players on the Titans. Tannehill still got a good arm. Derrick Henry's still going to do his thing. They got some solid receivers in, Treylon Burks, Robert Woods, Austin Hooper's a solid tight end. But at the same time, the Bills are in their element. This is the Bills season. I just simply think there's no team that's going to get in the Bills' way this season. We might have one flunk game throughout the year that might throw us at 16-1. I don't know, but I think we're going 17-0 in the regular season and capping it off with a Lombardi Trophy overall. But this could be an interesting game nonetheless. But if I had to give a prediction, just again, let's say I don't make another appearance for the week.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, it's on the fly. I'd probably have to go 33-18. 33-18. Yeah.
33-18.
I think the Bills can win 33-18.
I like it.
Win by 2 scores.
I like it a lot. And who's your star of the game?
My star of the game. Who? You know what? Jamison Crowder. I think Jamison Crowder can put in some work this week. I honestly think that Khalil Shakir will get some snaps. I think he's going to get activated. I think the Bills are going to deactivate a running back. Again, like you mentioned, I agree with you on that. I don't know if that's going to be Cook or Moss, but I think one running back gets the boot on the inactive list. And I think Crowder's just going to take a step up. He might have, 3 or 4 catches that are impactful, 3rd down conversions. That's what he's going to do. And Johnny Blaze goes, surprised he didn't say Bobby Hart, tackle eligible on the goal line. Bobby Hart, my MVP, my secret sleeper. He's going to be that guy. And then, my secret dark horse MVP hot take pick with Saquon Barkley. Everyone watching, when the show's wrapped up, go on Google or Safari, whatever you got, look up the Giants schedule and just scroll through and just go, huh? Okay. If they make it over 500, if they're 10-7, 9-8, the NFC is weak this year. The NFC is weak. I'm just saying. Just look at the Giants schedule and come back.
All right. Well, that's my man Evan. Evan, good to have you. I'll just keep you in the background. I'm just going to close off, and then we'll catch everyone on the flip side. But I like that. 33-18 prediction. Saquon Barkley, MVP of the league. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, man. We'll be back. Listen, folks, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys really enjoyed this show. I enjoyed it thoroughly because we had an opportunity to chat it up with Titans fans, and they were able to really shed some light on their team, number one, and shed some light on what they feel is concerning to them. But at the end of the day, they came with a conclusion that they'll probably lose this game, but it's not going to be the blowout that Bills fans think it's going to be. I mean, shoot, blowout or not, a win is a win. We don't care how we take it. We just want that win, right? They won by what, 2? You know what I'm saying? They didn't care how they won the game. It wasn't pretty. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of points put on. But at the end of the day, it's not the same team. They don't got the same dynamic. And right now it's early in the season. They're still working the kinks out. Like my man's from Tennessee Titans, no valued starters played in preseason. So he took this as this was their first preseason game. Well, guess what, folks? There's 3 preseason games. So when are y'all going to wake up? You going to wait till you guys are 0-3? I'd rather you not do that. I want your best. So we'll see how that plays out. But at the end of the day, I'm thrilled. I'm very excited about this upcoming game. It's going to be fun. Listen, man, we have an opportunity to be a freaking solid ass team. This team is legit. This team they're just primed and ready to roll. And I'm here for it. I'm all the way here for it. So if you guys enjoyed this show, do me a favor, smash this like, you know what I'm saying? And subscribe if you have not subscribed. Do me that favor. Even if you're joined in from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, the whole shebang, hit that follow. And if you have not been following me on Twitter, here it is right now. It is Rico_BF_. We like that. By the way, did you guys watch that Geno Smith game yesterday? I was watching the game, right? And I'm like closing it out. I'm on the phone with my brother, and I'm talking to my brother on the phone. I was like, oh, shoot, because he just left and he was driving while the game was on. So I was telling him play-by-play was what was going on. And the game ends. Nate Hackett, that bum. It's 4th and 5. I turned my head to just talk to my brother, and I see them going for a field goal. You bum. First of all, could you imagine Sean McDermott not giving the football to Josh Allen 4th and 5, and you have a chance to advance your team to win this game, and they opt to kick? And I know Tyler Bass is great and all, but you opt to put the game in the hands of the kicker? Are you effing nuts? Are you insane? That would never happen. You have a potential future Hall of Famer in Russell Wilson, and you're going to sit here and bullshit and let Nate Hackett put the game in the kick. Boy, Hackett, you're a joke. But anyway, the funnier thing was I'm watching the game, and the game ends. Geno Smith had a pretty damn good game for himself. You know what I'm saying? Talk about they wrote me off, and I'm in it now. Great. But there's one suspect thing that happened, and I'm not sure if you guys caught it. Y'all may have to go back and watch the end, just the end. So Geno Smith hikes the ball, boom, takes a knee. And Marquise Goodwin was the safety back, just in case there's a fumble or some nonsense that happens. Geno Smith turns around, you know what I mean, smacks my man on the helmet, and then grabs a cheek. He gripped that cheek. He gripped it. And then gave it a pat and then walked away casually. And I was like, I saw that. I was like, no. Hold on a second. I'll tell you right now, if something may grip me up like that, locker room, we got to square up. We squaring up. Don't be gripping me like that on national TV. And you just going to walk away because you had a good game. Listen, Marquise Goodwin probably let it slide because we won. And Geno Smith, you just beat. You know what I'm saying? The opposing quarterback. I'm going to let it slide this time. That's probably what Marquise was saying. But, fam, you can't be gripping a man like that. Don't you ever grip a man like that. It is a no-go. You know what I'm saying? Pat the helmet, pat the backside. We cool. But don't you grip me like that. You're going to make me square up with you, man. Anyway, if you guys didn't catch that, I thought that was hilarious. They zoomed in on that shit, too. Didn't you see that? They zoomed in on that. I was like, fam, what's going on? What's going on? But anyway. It is what it is. I thought it was hilarious. But shout out to the end of the first week. Week 1 is done. It was fun. There was a lot of I guess, like, interesting games. Really interesting games. The Vikings look freaking good. Philly looked freaking good. So listen, Steelers look good despite, you know what I mean, all the back and forth and stuff. They look pretty solid. This is going to be a fun year, man. This AFC is going to be something. Raiders look pretty damn good, although they didn't look good that game. The Chargers are freaking scary. Holy jumpers, man. AFC is no joke. It's going to be fun, man. So, folks, I really enjoyed the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. We're going to be back at it again on Friday. Friday is going to be a Friday show. We're going to have some fun. I might even reintroduce again, taking some calls from the chat. And if you guys want to come in, y'all can, and we'll go from there, man. But this was fun, man. Week 1 in the books. The Bills are 1-0. The Dolphins beat the freaking Pats. So the Dolphins are 1-0. Tua's Tua. I don't give a damn what people tell me. Tua's Tua. He had some good throws, but he had some awful ones too. But AFC East, that's the one we need to take care of. One game at a time. We're 1-0. Let's just move it on to 2-0 against the damn Titans, and let's keep the streak going. And then we go from there. You know what I'm saying? So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, man, because I did. And we will catch you guys on the flip side. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Buffalo Fanatics. Rico is my name. Rico_BF_. Hit me up on Twitter. Chat it up. And if you guys continue to enjoy these shows, smash that like when you guys are in here and continue to support us. And we are driving to 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let's get that going. And if there is anything that you would like to improve on this channel, you think, man, y'all should do a little bit more of this, or y'all should stop doing this, or we would love to see you dive into that, you let us know, hit us up, and we'll try to make it happen, man. Whatever the people want to see, we'll try to do. So, folks, that is my time. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And listen, folks, until next time, it's your boy. And I'm gone. Catch you on the flip side. Let's go.
Buffalo, it's the Mafia. Josh Allen's coming. You ready? Step Diggs is coming. Buffalo, it's the Mafia. Yeah. Buffalo, it's the Mafia. Yeah. Buffalo, it's the Mafia. It's the Buffalo Bills, ayy. It's the Buffalo Bills, ayy. Buffalo, it's the Mafia. Josh Allen, Steph Diggs, Shaq Lawson, who's stopping us? No. Trey Edmonds, Ed Oliver, Jordan Phillips, who blocking us? I don't see nobody stopping us. Number one, no one on top of us. What they gonna do when Matt Milano coming with the blitz off the edge? Don't you throw it in the air, cause Trey White and Micah Hyde will intercept. Von Miller getting double teamed, now the team getting easy sacks. Russo with the double moves coming straight for the quarterback. Take him down. McDermott clapping on the sidelines, and the crowd going crazy. Mafia, it's our time. Josh Allen, it's your time. It's the Mafia, yeah. Sunday, 1 Bills Drive. Mafia, where you at? Buffalo.